What's up? So if you're new here, I'm Tommy, and today we're going to be talking about these headphones right here. Now these are the Sony XM5s. If you look at some of my videos a while back, you can see I compare these two, which is the AirPods Max versus the Sony XM5s. Don't worry, these are being sold. I do not have enough money to own both of these at the same time. I'm just going to conclude that video and basically give you a little summary. I like the Sony XM5s better, but among some of my friends, they actually like the AirPods Max better. Among most like audiophile people and all that, they think that the audio quality is best with these. So I thought when reviewing these, it's best to just come up with some sections that you would compare most headphones against, that way to give it like an even comparison against most other headphones. So I thought the best sections would be the design and comfort, noise canceling, battery life, and audio quality, as well as the connectivity, but I'm only gonna do that a little bit because it really doesn't matter as long as they connect, I think, is the most important thing. These have a little special feature though, and I'm going to talk about some of the other features that they got a little bit later. So let's start out with the design and comfort of these. So if you take a look at these headphones, they're a bit on the chunkier side. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it reminds me of Lou from Unbox Therapy. He has these chunky headphones he wears in his podcast, and they remind me a lot of that. They also have nice soft ear cushions inside, and these tips are really, really nice. You're not able to transfer them out, so if you use these a lot, you know, these might get worn down. And you're spending $400 for headphones, like, you better hope that they don't get worn down, because that's so much money for headphones. But the other thing that I really do like about them is they're super lightweight. They really tell you which side it goes on the right ear. And even if you put them on the wrong side, so like you can kind of tell because they won't fit on your head, which I really appreciate how they designed it with that curve so that they wouldn't actually fit on your head that way. They also have a really nice adjustable strap, and they don't have too much pull tension. That was one thing that I did not like about the AirPods Max. These like really pull on your head, or push on your head, and they like squeeze. So like they're like squishing my head together, and they're also like, the design is very like boxy, whereas with these they're very cylindrical, I guess would be a good way to put it. They're really nice and lightweight so that they're not heavy on your head, and they don't feel like necessarily as premium, but if you're using these to just listen to music or like to edit like I do, these are definitely the better option, because the AirPods Max, they don't even have an audio jack. I'm comparing these by accident. I don't mean to be comparing these as much as I am right now. Next we have the noise canceling. So the XM5s actually uses a processor called the QN1 processor, which blocks out all the background noise and allows you to focus more on your music and other audio going around. And it's really, it works super well. And I'd say it's on par with AirPods Maxes. For sure, if you guys have AirPods Pros, definitely on par with that. Some of the best noise canceling I've heard in a while. Although I will say that they are not as good at blocking out individual voices. So like, if there's a group of people next to you and they're talking and you're trying to do work or something, it's not really gonna block them out as much as it would if they were further away in a bigger crowd, because it's good at blocking out like the crowd sounds. And they also have these adaptive noise canceling situations, so if a car's honking their horn, it'll actually shut off the noise canceling. I don't know actually if that's for sure a fact, but it does shut it off depending on the circumstance. And then it has like another adaptive feature where if someone comes up and they're talking to you, it's able to figure out when they're talking to you, and it'll actually turn your music down so that you can hear when someone's talking to you. Now you can shut that feature off, and I actually found it doesn't work super well, so I think that it's better to have it off. But the adaptive noise canceling is cool, and they don't even have that on the AirPods. Next we're going to talk about audio quality, which I think is where these headphones excel. These are literally the best headphone I've ever tried on or used, is these XM5s. Now the sound is like, it's very middle of the range, so it's not super bassy or doesn't have a lot of treble, which I think is really good, balanced in your head, I guess. But it does actually have an equalizer that you can put onto the headphones, which is super nice. Or you thought like it's too bassy, and it even has presets for different types of music and stuff like that. And I found that those work pretty well, and I've messed with the EQ myself. If you want to look at my personal graph, put it right here. It also has some other features such as Google Assistant and like Siri and Amazon Alexa, but I have not used those. I'm gonna be honest, I have not used those ever. And I don't even think it offers the Google Assistant for the iOS devices. I think it's only Siri if you have an iOS device, which kind of sucks. A lot of people have iOS devices. But what is cool is how these connect. So I didn't really talk about this, but the connectivity is really, really cool because they connect to 2 devices at once. So let's say I want to connect to my laptop. What I actually end up doing is connecting it straight to my phone, and it constantly is connected to my phone, and it uses my phone as a bridge to my laptop. Now I know it sounds like more complicated than it is, but it is actually really nice because if there's some audio that you want on your phone, you don't have to unpair it from one device, repair it to another. So it connects to 2 devices simultaneously and switches depending on which one's playing music, or you can manually switch it within the app. Sometimes it is kind of annoying, I'll be honest, because like you'll be like on Instagram on your phone but watching a video on YouTube, and if audio plays on the Instagram ad, it'll switch over. And I know AirPods do something similar to that too. I have that feature totally shut off, and I cannot shut them off on these headphones, but it's not as bad at all, like nearly as bad as it is on AirPods. And then the battery life is pretty long. It says it'll last up to 30 hours with continuous playback. I have not used them for 30 hours continuously, but they're light. They don't feel like they have a huge battery in them, which is super nice. But they do charge on USB-C, which is super nice, and they have an aux in port. The buttons are very nice too. Like, I should have went over this in the design, but the buttons are super nice and like very tactile. So are the AirPods though. But yeah, these are really, really nice headphones. And I think for the money, this is probably the best you're gonna find on the market. 300, you can get them used for 350 to like 400. I think 400 is a really, really good price, especially for these quality headphones. I mean, you could use these for professional grade work, and I don't think people would notice. And yeah, so overall, the XM5s are pretty highly rated, and they offer excellent noise canceling and great audio quality and a comfortable fit. And I think it's a really good choice if you're looking for high-end wireless headphones as well as wired, and they switch between the 2 modes. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, just drop that subscribe down below, or you can just wait for my next video. I got this whole upload schedule coming up. I know I haven't been frequently uploading, but I got a ton of videos on the back burner. So that's pretty much it. All right, see ya.